To start this warm up, we're going to go into arm swings. So arms out to the side, bringing them across your chest. Each time you come across your chest, just make sure the other arm is over top. We're going to go back and forth for 45 seconds. So let your arms feel nice and loose, stretching out into your back when they come across, chest in front of the shoulders when you bring them back. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into inchworms. So you're going to start standing on one side of your mat or floor space. You can let your back round slightly as you come down, bending the knees as much as you need to, placing your hands on the ground, walking it out to a high plank. From here, tippy toe walk, those feet as close as you can, letting your back around to stretch it out, and then coming all the way up. We'll flip it around and repeat this movement for 45 seconds. So bending your knees, rounding your spine to stretch it out, walk those hands, tippy toe walk those feet in, bring it up, and then do it again. So this is good for just full body warm up into the legs, the back, the core, and the shoulders. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into trunk rotations. So you're going to bring your legs nice and wide. Toes are going to angle out about 45 degrees, bending into the legs, and then fully support your hands on them, keeping a nice, strong torso, chest pressed, back flat. You're circling at the low back and the hips, one direction coming down to the side and all the way back up. We're going to go one way for 20 seconds and then the other way. So you should feel kind of a stretch throughout your trunk, which is like into your sternum, your core, and your back. You don't need to go fast. Focus on a large range of motion. All right, go the other way. All right, time's up. We're moving into an alternating high row. So you will need a set of dumbbells, bringing your feet about hip distance apart, micro bend in the knees, driving the hips back, keeping the back flat, chest is facing the ground. Arms are straight down, shoulders are down and back, so you're pressing your chest forward, palms are facing your body. You're going to bring one arm up at a time to about a 90 degree at the elbow, squeezing the shoulder blade, alternating sides for 30 seconds. So focusing on the lats and into that mid back, right in between the shoulder blades. Keeping belly button drawn in, chest pressed, and the back flat. You want to think about bringing that elbow wide up to a 90 degree. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into running man. We're going to start in a high plank position. Hands should be directly underneath the shoulders. Balls of the feet, tuck the hips down, and then you're going to quickly run the knees into the chest. We're going to do this for 20 seconds. So try to focus on speed and light feet. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into uppercuts. You're going to start with a wide base of support. Feet are planted, toes facing forward. Right from the start, belly button is drawn in. Then you want to brace your core like you're trying to flex it, bringing the top and bottom together. So you're compressing your abdomen. You're going to hold that, make fists. Your palm should be facing you. And then you're going to bring one arm at a time, like up in front, actually rotating your torso to the side without pivoting your feet. So your core is doing the work as you rotate side to side. We're just going to repeat back and forth for 30 seconds. So core's on, braced, and go. So really focus on keeping that core strong, and it's doing the work to go side to side. If you feel like your core is like letting go, reset and restart. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into an iso squat heel tap. So bringing your feet shoulder width apart, sitting down. Heavy heels, light toes. Arms and hands can go wherever is comfortable. From here, try to stay low, shifting your weight onto one leg, tapping the other heel out, bring it back, and then switch sides. We're just going to alternate for 30 seconds. So try your best to keep your head level so you're not coming up and down as you tap those heels out. Shift your weight before you go. Nice and light on the leg as you tap out. Your option, just to keep more weight into both legs as you go. So really burning out the quads. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into high knees. For this one, you're just going to run on the spot, but picking your knees up really high. We're going to go for 30 seconds. So driving your knee up as if you're running on the spot. You can use your hands as momentum. Your option, just quick marching instead. Try to stay light on your feet as you go. All right, time's up. Gotta relax. We're moving into a Y raise with a mini band. So you're going to want a light resistance if you have one, placing it around your wrists. Palms are facing each other, fingers are facing forward. From here, you're going to hold resistance on the band so that your arms are at least shoulder width apart, if not slightly wider. Just have a comfortable stance, soft bend in the knees, belly button drawn in. You're working the outside of your shoulders to press the band away, the front of the shoulders as you lift up. Once it's above your head, squeeze the back of your shoulders down and back, pause, and then return back down. We're going to repeat this movement for 30 seconds. So again, nice straight arms focusing on the shoulders. Sides to press the band away, fronts to lift, and the back to get that squeeze at the top. Make sure you're not arching your back when that band goes up overhead, tailbone tucked under, belly button drawn in. All right, time's up. Gonna release and relax. We're moving back into the alternating high row. So back to that hip hinge position. Back is flat, chest is pressed, alternating for 45 seconds. Tucking your chin down to your chest to keep your neck neutral. Again, thinking that elbow coming nice and wide, shoulders stay down, away from the ears. Squeezing the shoulder blade at the top of each row. Keep your belly button drawn in to offer your back support. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into the running man. So coming into that high plank position, tuck the hips down, belly button in. We're going to go for 20 seconds. So really quick on those feet, drive those knees in. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into uppercuts. Get that base of support, belly buttons in, brace your core, hold that, arms are ready. We're gonna go for 45 seconds. So side to side, focus on that rotation coming from the core. Try to put a little bit of purpose behind those uppercuts and that movement. Even if you don't really know what you're doing with your arms, focus on the core and purpose behind the movement. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into the iso squat with heel taps. So feet shoulder width apart, sitting down. This time we're going to go for 45 seconds. So when you're ready, shifting your weight, tapping a heel out. So feeling those quads, you might also be feeling the hip flexor as you lift to tap that leg. If at any point you need to, just stand up, shake those legs out, and then resume when you're ready. Keeping that chest nice and tall, back flat. All right, time's up. Gotta relax. We're moving back into high knees. So again, running on the spot, driving those knees up for another 30 seconds. So use your arms to help you momentum, drive those knees up as high as you can. Again, your option, just that quick marching on the spot. Awesome, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into the Y raise with a mini band. So again, that light resistance around the wrists, setting your stance. This time we're gonna go for 1 minute. So opening those arms, shoulder width, if not wider, squeezing the shoulders down and back at the top. Take your time, it does not have to be a fast movement. You want to make sure that your shoulders stay down away from your ears as you lift through this range of motion. So just making sure that they're not coming up towards them, pulling them down and back the entire time. So your options on this, as we're going for a longer time, if it starts to feel too challenging, you can reduce the range of motion, or you can bring your hands in a little bit closer if that resistance is a little bit too hard. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into an iso bicep curl. So set position, soften the knees, belly button's drawn in. One arm is going to be held in an isolated curled position. The arm is tight to the sides, your elbows into your rib cage, palm facing up. While we're holding, the other one is going to rotate up and down for bicep curls. We're going to go 30 seconds with one arm holding and then 30 seconds with the other. So bringing one arm up, and we're going to start bicep curling on the other side. So make sure rotating open as you curl up, and then palm back facing your side as you return back down. Both elbows should be tight in to the rib cage. Shoulders are relaxed down, away from your ears. All right, time's up on that side. So holding on the other and then curling up and down on the side you didn't do for an additional 30 seconds. Again, both elbows are tight to the side, rotating the weight of the arm you're curling up and down with. Make sure you're not swinging the weight at all. You're curling all the way up and down with control, just using that arm. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into mini band jumping jacks. So you will need a resistance band, grabbing something that's lighter in resistance and placing it around your ankles. So from here, just standing comfortable, we're gonna hop our legs out like we would a jumping jack and then in together. Your option is to step side to side instead. So we're gonna go for 30 seconds. Keeping your core nice and tight, belly button drawn in. So you might be feeling the outside of your legs and your glutes a little bit more from that pressure pushing out on the band. All right, time's up. Go ahead and take off that band and relax. We're moving into a bridge chest fly. You'll need a set of dumbbells a little bit on the lighter side. So you're gonna have them in either hand as you come down into a lying position. So having them tucked into your chest, feet are planted, drive your hips up, squeezing your glutes. Pressing the weights directly over your chest. You wanna micro bend in the elbows, letting those arms fall out wide, hovering above the ground, and then using your chest to bring them back up. We're going to repeat this movement for 30 seconds. So you just want a baby bend in those elbows, not much of a bend at all, just enough so your arms aren't locked out. And the entire time, my hips are pressed up, squeezing my glutes. Make sure those weights are right over top of your chest and not your face. All right, time's up. Go ahead and release and relax. We're moving into a side lying external rotation. So you will need a fairly light weight for this one, coming onto one side, stacking your feet, and just relaxing your head on your bottom arm. You're going to glue your elbow tight to your side, lower, keep it glued to your side as you lift, squeezing the back of the shoulder. We're going to repeat this movement for 30 seconds. Watching that elbow doesn't come off the ribs. So don't lift it so high that you want to lift it up, just enough you're squeezing the back of the shoulder and that elbow stays tight to your side. So you're strengthening the back of the shoulder and into your rotator cuff. All right, time's up on that side. Go ahead and switch. So pinning the elbow, and again, 30 seconds. Focus on the squeeze of the back of the shoulder as we rotate open. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into the isolated bicep curl. So 30 seconds with one arm held and then 30 seconds with the other. So curling up and down with that free arm, rotating the weight. Make sure you get that full range of motion all the way up and all the way back down. Elbows are locked in to the ribs. All right, time's up on that side. Go ahead and switch. Last 30 seconds. All right, time's up. Good and relax. We're moving back into mini band jumping jacks. So placing your mini band around your ankles and then either jumping or stepping is your option, this time for 45 seconds. Keeping your chest tall, belly button drawn in. All right, time's up. Go ahead and remove the mini band and relax. We're moving back into the bridge chest fly. So grabbing those weights, coming down onto your back, feet are planted, drive the hips up. This time we're gonna go for 45 seconds. So holding your hips up, micro bend in the elbows, flying those arms out super wide, and then squeezing your chest at the top. So we're working our hamstrings and our glutes as we're holding that bridge, and our chest as we're doing the movement in the upper body. All right, time's up. Release your hips. Go ahead and relax. We're moving back into the side lying external rotation. So grabbing that light weight, picking a side to start, pinning that elbow. This time we're going to go for 45 seconds. So big squeeze at the top, little pause, and lower with control. Again, watching that elbow stays tight to your side and it's not lifting. All right, time's up. Go ahead and switch sides. So gluing that elbow, and when you're ready, 45 seconds. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax back on your mat. The hard work is over. Let's get ready to cool down. We're moving into active arm circles. So you're going to make big rotations with your arms, focusing on opening up at the chest, while at the same time, just alternate tapping those feet back and forth. So the point with a little bit of movement is just to slow our breathing down. We're just going to repeat it for 45 seconds. So just nice and slow. You want to focus on a really big range of motion with your arms, really opening up the chest and the front of the shoulders. Again, focus on your breathing too as we're going, just slowing it down, decreasing your heart rate. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into a dynamic hamstring stretch. You're going to start at one edge of your mat, prop your heel out in front, hips back, chest towards your toes, keeping a nice flat back, feeling a stretch in the hamstring, and then stepping forward and alternating to the other side. We'll go the length of the mat and then just back and forth for 45 seconds. Each step, we're going to pause for about 2 to 3 seconds. So hinging, little pause, back is flat, and then bringing your feet together and doing the other side. So our main focus here is the back of the leg all throughout the hamstring. Keeping that chest forward, belly button in, back nice and flat. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. We're moving into a side lying quad stretch. Coming onto your side on your mat, you're going to grab your top ankle and gently pull it back. You can rest your hand on your bottom arm. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds. Try to have your legs relatively close together, your hips and knees in line. Just focusing on that top leg quad. Time's up. Go ahead and switch sides. Again, grabbing onto that top ankle, legs relatively close together, and holding for 30 seconds. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax. Back onto your mat. We're moving into a knee hug rock. You're going to lie on your back, relaxing your upper body down, wrapping your arms around your legs, hugging your knees as tight as you can into your chest. From here, we're just going to rock back and forth, massaging out the back for 30 seconds. So again, hug those knees in nice and close and try to just keep your head and your upper body relaxed down onto the ground. All right, time's up. Go ahead and relax back onto your mat.